Frank. Hi, it's Richard.
G'day, mate.
Look, I'm filming a show around the South Island and I need your help.
Convince me.
There's free food, okay? Are you in, fella?
He sounds pretty good to me. Count me in.
Oh Lord, times are hard and bread is tight. Seems no end in sight. Seems like everyone I meet being thrown out on the street. I work hard to keep my crib. I don't deserve what that man did. He put a paper on my door that said I can't live here anymore. Here it comes again, trying to take the roof over my head.
This is something I've always wanted to do. Central Otago Rail Trail. It runs 150 kilometres from Middlemarch through to Clyde, where Rich is picking me up later. And I must say, it really is a great way to see a beautiful part of the country. I'm really enjoying the open country, the big skies, isolation really. There's not many people out here. I thoroughly recommend it to visitors to the area.
My ride. They said I missed a payment, and my ride was repossessed.
Another great thing about the rail trail is the number of hotels you'll find along the way. In fact, I might drop in for a cold one.
Here it comes again.
Right, well, here we are. Beautiful Wanaka on a beautiful day. Yep. Since it's your first time here, mate, you get out there and do everything you can and enjoy the sights. Plus, there's a shopping list.
There's always a plus.
And then we've got dinner tonight. We've got Sir Tim Wallace and his mate Robert Wilson. Helicopter ride up to the place. You'll enjoy that. I'll see you there.
Alrighty.
Okie doke.
Hi, can I help?
Yeah, I'm going to a dinner party at Minear Station tonight. I've been given a list of ingredients to get, and I was wondering if you could help me out.
Let's have a look. Sure, we can help you with this.
Wonderful.
Basil. Oh, would you like some limes?
Limes, yes, that'll be lovely.
And lemons.
Lemons.
And orange. Oh, and you needed red onions?
Red onions,
That's
yes.
beautiful. And some carrots.
Carrots look good.
Would you like some tomatoes?
Oh, tomatoes would be nice, yeah.
These are beautiful. We bring these in from Kakanui.
Kakanui?
Yep.
We were there recently, not the Dirt Doctor.
Yes, Jim.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Oh, lovely. So you know how good they taste.
Exactly, so put some more of those in.
Will do,
Lovely.
will do. There you go.
Thank you.
Hope you enjoy your dinner tonight at Minaret.
I'm sure I will. Can't go wrong with Jim's tomatoes.
Great.
Thanks.
See ya.
Bye.
I've come to the Wanaka Beer Works to get a few good local craft beers for dinner tonight. G'day, how are you?
Good, good, good.
Surprising enough, I'm after beer. I've got a dinner party tonight, cooking a bit of venison up country for a few fellas, and I want some beer. What do you reckon?
Bit of meat, so we're going for some sweeter beers. I'd say the Nun and the Monk. One is a brown one is a darker one, and one with, and then another one that we can do is with thyme and ginger.
That sounds great. You're the expert.
You want to taste one?
Yeah, okay. Knock yourself out.
So shall I mix these three up for you in a six-pack?
That's wonderful. I'd like that very much.
Take them along.
Great.
here we go.
Well, it's beautiful
Nice selection
beer.
of beers. Enjoy them and have a nice barbecue.
I certainly will. Thanks a lot.
Thank
See you again.
Bye.
So Jason, the National Transport and Toy Museum here in Wanaka, not only are you the curator of, you're also one of the creators.
That's correct. Yeah, we sort of started building down here in the early 90s. We opened the museum up at 95 Christmas, and it's been going a bit over 17 odd years. It's based on 16 acres alongside the airport here, with 4 main pavilions, and each pavilion has got a bit of a theme to it. This one here is predominantly the toys and a cross-section of cars, so that people get a bit of an idea if they haven't got time to see the whole lot. It is a trip down memory lane for most people, but it's an enjoyable thing for the kids as well. This is part of our working display for the kids. They can come in and play with the Meccano. There's even buttons here that they can press. Watch the old Ferris wheels go around.
Nice.
All that type of thing. Most boys, through the 60s aspired to.
Who constructs all this stuff?
We just collect up stuff from auctions, flea markets, all that type of thing, and I have a specialist in Christchurch.
Oh, okay.
And his pet subject is Meccano.
So we're in the fire engine pavilion, Jason.
Yep. This one's got a little over 30 odd fire engines, as well as a lot of vehicles, but fire engines are what we specialise in this building.
Yep.
And they range from your 20s right through to modern day.
Okay.
Even some of the big Japanese ladder trucks, they reach well over 42 metres.
Oh, yes.
Things like that. The majority are New Zealand, but we sort of source them from Australia, America, Japan, places like that.
So you get people who ring you up and tell you about unusual things.
That's it.
And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
That's it. Can't have them all. Do you want to have a bit of fun?
I'm into that.
Right, come with me.
Just push it down, go push on the handle and then fire it. Off you go. Up, down and make it work.
I got him. I got Aaron.
Oh, he's not wet enough yet. It was never going to be easy, was it?
Well, Jason, not only is it a great collection of cars, it's a great mix of cars.
Well, believe it or not, Frank, this is where your Chrysler 300 is housed. Yeah.
Excellent. I'm attaching myself to that car. It's grown on me. I can't get that Richard out of the bloody driver's seat though.
Well, I've got a good crowbar here, so.
Yeah, that'll come in handy.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Wallace. I'm a deer farmer here at Minear Station on Lake Wanaka. I farm the property here with my wife and 3 children. Well, Minaret's a 20,000 hectare property, 50,000 acres, and we carry sheep, beef and deer. So we're about 30,000 stock units, of which 60% is made up of deer, 30% sheep and 10% cattle. But we run things really extensively, so we don't see the stock a lot during the year. In the summer months, the sheep and the cattle are grazing out in the summer country, and the deer are on the front country. We finish everything here, which means we take everything through to slaughter, and 95% of our stock goes through the Alliance Group, which is a good relationship we have with them. We think they're a proactive exporter. Minaret's got its challenges. You know, we're on the other side of the lake, so to speak, essentially on an island. There's no road to get out in and out, so we use a barge. So the trucks go onto the barge and we bring them across, load them up with the stock, and send them out that way. Alliance gives us the flexibility because of their scale to be able to send a decent number of, a substantial amount of stock out at once. Some might go south to Invercargill or Makariwa, and some might go north to Timaru, Smithfield. There's an element which is domestically consumed. Primarily the products that we produce are export products. And that's the quandary for New Zealanders, isn't it? You know, we're essentially an export nation, so we're, from a domestic point of view, buying at export prices because that's what we're comparing with. But our products tend to be higher valued products, higher end products, and there's advantages with the way we farm. It's a very natural product and healthy and tasty. We've diversified into tourism in recent years, so the sort of last 5 years. We've always had a heli skiing, mountain biking and sort of eco-tourism business, but more recently we've developed a luxury tented lodge way up in the mountains towards the back of the property. It's a lot of fun, and I think that's where we're headed to have dinner this evening, which will be great.
Looking forward to that. So how did that idea come? Dream it up one night?
Yeah, I mean, it's a great, Minaret's a great story, but it's also a great property. It's surrounded by essentially a lake and two major rivers, and so we wanted to diversify. We already had interest in tourism, and we wanted to keep things in the high end sort of end of the market. So the only access to the lodge is via helicopter or walking.
Well, Jonathan, I better do what I came to do and do some cooking, eh?
Great. Well, your ride's here.
Yeah, beautiful.
Here's the back straps.
Thanks a lot.
And I'm going to get back and wean those deer, and we'll see you there for dinner this evening.
I'll have some ready for you when you get here.
See you later.
One of our dinner guests tonight is Sir Tim Wallace. He's highly regarded throughout New Zealand for his pioneering efforts in setting up the helicopter deer recovery operation in the early 60s. This is a tribute to the man set up here at Warbirds and Wheels in Wanaka. Well, today I've decided to come along to Eco Adventures Wanaka and get a little tour around some of the islands.
And look at these guys. Now there's your weka there. So that's the buff weka. It was taken out of the Chathams. Wow, that was over 100 years ago. They took 12 birds out there purely for food. This particular species, this is the only place you'll see them in the wild in any numbers.
And they mate for life, you said?
And they mate for life, yeah. They live for 16 years.
That's
so
not a bad wicket, eh?
Yeah, 16 years for a bird's pretty good, actually. Well, here it is, Frank.
Oh, beautiful.
This is 150 metres above Lake Wanaka. This has been here 12,000 years minimum, absolutely minimum.
Ooh, that's beautiful.
It's fed by rainfall, pristine, beautiful water, you can drink it. It's quite bizarre. I had a glaciologist who came out with me. He was telling me that what it does is glaciers work like waves. And so there was a big chunk of ice, maybe 1,000 metres above us, and it pushed over, and the weight of it drove the glacier as it came over the rock and dug down and grabbed. As the pressure came off, it grabbed the rock and plucked and went up. That rock at the back there has pushed the ice straight up again, and so it saved that lip. This should have just been a big valley. but that it's only 2 metres thick, and then it drops straight down 150 metres to Lake Wanaka. Quite unique. This is the mountain geckos which live in here in the mountains here. The amazing thing about these guys is they actually give birth to live young. They don't have eggs,
not eggs,
because the eggs could freeze. And so they can have 5 or 6 little geckos out and they'll pop out. They're nocturnal, they come out and go into the Manuka and feed on insects and fruit as well. They're really soft. You ever feel how smooth they are? They're really quite...
Oh yes, very nice actually.
Yeah. Here we are. Look at this. Good as it gets, Frank.
Oh, beautiful. Boy.
No houses, no people. A damn fine place for a
nice.
cup of high tea, I think. So how do you have your tea?
Just milk and the best scenery in the world. Thanks.
Right. Places like this, where you can't see one house in any direction, it's just, it just doesn't happen anywhere else in the world. And you've got a great view right across the Stevens Dam, down around all through here. The island on a lake, on an island, on a lake, on an island in the ocean. And
the perfect view.
Yeah, no houses, no boats. Perfect place for a high tea.
I think without doubt, this will be the best view that I've ever seen.
It's a nice backyard, mate,
Yeah.
we've got here in Wanaka.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Chris. G'day, Richard, is it?
It is.
I'm Jerry.
Pleased to meet you, Jerry.
This is Cheryl.
Sharon, lovely to meet you.
Welcome to Minear Station.
Enjoy that?
Very nice.
Got all the ingredients, fella?
Yep, I'm pretty sure I've got everything you need.
Now we'll bring them on up, we'll get going, eh?
Will do.
Right, well here I am with Paulina, the head chef, up at Minear Station or Minear Lodge, up in the high country, way up in the mountains. It's absolutely a pleasure to be here. Thanks for having me in your kitchen.
It's a pleasure.
I'm going to be cooking some of this venison backstrap, beautiful, pure south venison. We've seen the deer running around. Now we're going to cook them. It's a beautiful meat. So Paulina is now going to go and start making the accompaniment, and I'm going to deal with the venison. So
Cool.
first things first, I'll get into the bag. This is just a piece for you at home, not as big as I'll be cooking later. I'll just cut off a little piece like that, and it's going to go in the pan. Now the first thing I need to do is just salt it, slightly salt both sides of it. Perfect. Now I need to get the pan hot. We wanted to brown this nicely on all sides and cook it at the same time. We wanted to get it to a rare, medium rare. So I'm wanting to brown it, as I said, on all sides. Overcooking is not the thing you want to do with venison. It's the only way you can really muck it up. It's a wonderful meat to cook. Very easy, very lean, very rich. Trust your intuition. You know, you can read all the books in the world about pushing them and it feeling like this and all that sort of thing. It'll just get you confused. You'll know it's right. You might make a little mistake once, but you won't make it again. That feels just spot on to me. I'm going to rest it over here. Keep it somewhere warm. Just lightly cover it with a bit of foil if you're anxious about it becoming cold or something, but just keep it somewhere warm in the kitchen. Don't put it in a draft, don't put it by a door or something like that. Now we're going to make the sauce. We're going to make it in the same pan as we cook the venison in. This is going to be very easy on the dishes as well as everything else. And here in front of me are all the ingredients I need to make this sauce. All we've got is some shallots finely minced. You can use a white onion, very finely minced. There's a bit of red currant jelly. I've got some demi-glaze here, which I bought at the store, and it's a very good one. So don't skimp money on the demi-glaze, or you can make your own, buy some bones, roast them up, you know, with the vegetables, cook it, skim it, reduce it. You make the choice. If you can buy a good one, buy a good one. There's a little bit of mustard powder, dry mustard, tiny bit of cayenne pepper. There's the zest of an orange and lemon, well, not a whole orange and lemon, and there's port. So you can see where we're headed. It's kind of a gamey, rich, meaty sauce. So first things first, pan back on the heat and the shallots into the pan. So we're going to cook those. I don't want them to brown, I just want them to soften and sweeten up a bit. This is not a browning onion situation, or shallots in this case. It's just a softening. So you can see they're cooking away nicely. Right, that's perfect. Now, deglaze the pan with a bit of port, about a quarter of a cup, half a cup. Let's go for half a cup. Give or take a little. These are approximate recipes. Alcohol burns off. All the lovely brownings from the pan are incorporated in that. We just keep adding. In goes demi-glaze, currant jelly, little pinch of cayenne. We're not wanting a whole lot of this. We're not wanting it hot. We're just wanting a hint of heat. A little mustard, a little depth and complexity in the heat, and the zest of lemon and orange. Grind a black pepper, combine it and reduce it. And this is a wonderful game sauce. You can strain it if you want a very refined sort of sauce, or you can just serve it straight, reduced from the pan like this. And I want to reduce this by half, and then we're going to have the sauce ready to serve with that venison. Well, Paulina,
Hey.
what do you got for us here?
We just have some roast potato with some salt, pepper, olive oil, smoked paprika.
Just. I bet it's much better than just.
No.
Come on.
So it will
Looks
go quite
wonderful.
well.
Yeah, so that's all ready?
Yeah, that's all ready to go.
Great. Well, I think my venison's ready to cut, so I'll get it and we'll plate up.
Cool.
I'm going to want you to mark my cooking, but only if you promise to mark it kindly.
Right.
And let's hope that I've got this cooked just right. Well, I'm going to take an end piece off, and then we're just going to be serving the next couple of slices or few. I'll cut them here. Put those pieces right over there. And I'm going to spoon a bit of the sauce over. Now you just go crazy with those potatoes, Paulina.
I love it. There we go.
There it is, venison backstrap with Cumberland sauce and Paulina's fabulous smoked paprika potatoes. Well, gentlemen, here's dinner.
Hello, Richard.
Hello there.
Hello, sit
Thank
in.
you.
It's a pleasure to cook for you.
Well, it looks magnificent.
You guys must have been friends for a long, long time. You obviously have been, I should say. Must be a lot of stories.
I bought my first helicopter, a Bell 47 G4, in 1964, and learned to fly helicopters in 1965.
I remember in those days, people didn't know much about helicopters and what you had to achieve to get a license and how many hours one had to fly. But I do remember hearing somehow that you obtained your helicopter license in something like 14 hours. Was that right, Tim?
18 hours.
18 hours. What would you have to do in hours today in total?
I think most of the pilots do 100 hours.
One of Tim's introductory exercises in catching deer was to, quite simplistic, was to bulldog, so to speak, the deer, where the pilot had to be very maneuverable, and his helping hand had to launch himself from the helicopter onto the deer, and it was very important that he landed on the deer because it was painful if he missed. But the pilot maneuvered, and they had a great sense of cooperation between jumper and pilot. And Tim was the first that I know who practiced this exercise of bulldogging before moving to more high-tech methods.
Now, did you, you know, a lot of it sounds dangerous, and it was, you know, it was a first, you know, it was a first, simple as that. Did you lose anyone along the way?
Our company lost
14 people, pilots, shooters and gunners. Our policy was, remember, it's your judgment that is the risk, your own judgment. My job is to provide the best helicopters I can, and that I did.
And it's not only been helicopters in your life, you've flown Spitfires.
Well, I've logged nearly 16,500 hours total time. 12 and a half on the helicopters and the rest on fixed wing, which included the Spitfires. I've logged 210 hours on Spitties. But it was my disability after my broken back in 1968 that caused most of those pilot errors.
I just like to drink to the future of this area, and also to those that know how to prepare beautiful venison, because it's truly appreciated.
We'll drink to that. Cheers.